Jamaica expects its tourism receipts in 2024 to exceed the 2019 levels by over $1 billion. To promote the destination in new markets, Jamaica Tourism is looking at Middle East, India, and China markets, Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett tells India Outbound. Bartlett adds that besides cricket, he is also looking at Jamaican culture and cuisine to attract Indian visitors to a country that is much more than just beaches, with a rich biodiversity as well as diverse landscapes.
"2023 will exceed the 2019 levels by a little over 100,000. And we also are looking at 3,000 new rooms coming on in 2023. So we should see 2024 not just now reaching the levels of pre-COVID in full, that is cruise and stopover, but to exceed the earnings, almost by $1 billion. Goal in terms of new markets. We think that the Middle East, MENA, is definitely an area that we're going after with a lot of energy. We're having discussions with the airlines, with Emirates in particular, and we're going to also be looking at Saudi and Jeddah, the new airline that is now on the horizon, to talk with Qatar, and of course Etihad. But we've already been in discussion with the Royal Jordanian Airline, which is part of this mix within the MENA area. It is important not just to talk about outbound from MENA, but talk about gateways. And the big gateway to Asia and India in particular, China, is Doha, here in Dubai, and of course Riyadh. So our ambitions are to drive traffic through these gateways. In September of this year, we intend to have a number of travel partners coming to Jamaica for our trade show, which we call JPEX. And we're excited about the prospects of having tour operator travel agents from India, from here in MENA. We are excited about the wedding market and the MICE market out of India. And so we're going to be spending some time with travel agents, tour partners, talking with airlines about how do we make that connectivity. We have some personalities in cricket, like Chris Gale, who is very well known, Courtney Walsh, and Russell, very well known as big stars in the IPL. And we think that there's an opportunity here for us to bring more cricket into the Caribbean from India. It is our intention to look at September into October as possibility for some commencement of marketing activities in India. So a road show is not off the calendar at all, but we need to tidy up all of that arrangement and to make sure that we can get the maximum benefit from this first exposure. So we think that all the coordinates are there. We're Commonwealth countries together with a long history of involvement. Jamaican cuisine is so heavily influenced by India, and our food is laced with Indian condiments and spices and so on. So the Indian tourists would find a lot of commonalities in Jamaica and the Caribbean. In addition, of course, to finding enough of Jamaicans of Indian descent, we certainly will find much of the food and the plants, the flora. Jamaica's flora is also influenced heavily by India flora. So we have so much in common. The Indian musical strains that have influenced our musical outcomes have been more around the mento side and the calypso. Trinidad, for example, has drawn heavily on the Indian musical tradition. Jamaica's music has been a confluence of African and Indian and some European influences. But the Indian strains in our music is still very evident. So that's an important link also. So I think that the Indian population coming to Jamaica would be very much at home, but you would have a little twist to it. It would be more exotic, it would be more Caribbean, it would have a flavor like you've never tasted before. People, the most iconic attraction. But we have geophysical endowments that are spectacular. You know, we have underground caverns with stalagmites and stalactites. Very few countries in the world have stalagmites and stalactites. And then we have a rich biodiversity, like I think very few countries have. We have 3,000 species of plants that are endemic to Jamaica. And we have a number of fauna that is also endemic to Jamaica. So there's much to see, there's much to do. And we have developed attractions, man-made attractions, adrenaline rush attractions. And I think that our riverine attractions are also spectacular because of the numerous waterfalls that we have in Jamaica. And we have a microclimate that is also desirable. We might not be able to be as tall as, you know, Mount Everest and so on, but we certainly have the Blue Mountain Peak that gives you a nice taste of somewhere in between snow-capped mountain and a regular hillock in much of the tropical area. So Jamaica is really perhaps the most complete destination on planet Earth.